What's up, everybody? This is Ant Walker from Ringside Intel, and we have some crazy news out of the boxing world to discuss. Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson this summer. Yeah, you heard that correct. Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned boxing star, is now going to be taking on one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time in Mike Tyson. Man, this is so much to unpack with this story, so let's go ahead and break down some of the finer points. All right, so first up, Jake Paul, who is undoubtedly one of the biggest stars in combat sports right now. He has been going on this sort of tour for legitimacy lately in two consecutive first-round knockout finishes of Ryan Borland and Andre August within the last several months. I mean, he has been trying to prove himself as a true school boxer, right? So instead of fighting the past prime MMA fighters that have crossed over, an NBA player, whatnot, guys who aren't career boxers, he did try to take on some journeyman fighters. Granted, they probably didn't belong in there, but this was looking much more like the traditional buildup of a boxer who wants to challenge for a world title, a guy who wants to climb up the actual rankings and get respect in that world. But Mike Tyson is the far opposite of that. Yes, that name holds a lot of esteem, but we're talking about a guy who by the time this fight takes place will be 58 years old. A man near 60 is going to be fighting a guy about 30 years his juniors. Also, another big part of this fight is that it's not going to be held on DAZN. It's not going to be on ESPN Plus. It's not going to be on any of the more typical outlets for big time boxing. This is actually going to be live on Netflix. So Netflix is making this huge jump into the combat sports realm. You guys remember they just came off the heels of announcing this partnership with the WWE that's going to take place next year, where they are going to broadcast some of their content. And this is a deal worth $5 billion. So there's a lot of money on the table here. So if you are Netflix and you are going into the combat sports world, this sounds like the right thing to target, right? This is not necessarily going to be the cup of tea of all people who are, diehard and aficionados, like the type of people that are likely watching this video right now. This is going to appeal to people who like the sideshows, who like the circus. So that's exactly what they're going to offer. And you have, the casual appeal of a name like Mike Tyson, who, granted, he has not been a true, contender. He hasn't been a champion, since the 90s. But his star has never diminished. He's still one of the most popular and famous people in general worldwide. So there's that. And Jake Paul obviously brings his fandom with him that has followed him through social media and through his many other endeavors. Between Netflix jumping headfirst into the combat sports world, between Mike Tyson being near 60, jumping into a fight with a much younger man, and that younger man being Jake Paul, and going exactly against the grain of what he wanted to do, as far as him trying to build himself up to hopefully challenge a Canelo Alvarez or someone in that realm. There is a lot going on, and we will definitely follow this story as it develops. And of course, July 20th, fight night, we will have our coverage. So stay tuned to Ringside Intel.